PSS Corporate News speaking. How can I help you?
Professional Security Services is a privately owned private security firm located in Charlotte, North Carolina. Founded in 2000 by Lee Ratliff, his wife Celestine Ratliff, and his mother, Annie Ratliff, with just $500. The company was built on high standards and integrity, a quality Lee learned at a very young age, taught by his parents. Lee grew up in a very poor and drug-infested area in Charlotte. He lived at the 2600 block of Dundee Street off of Beatties-Ford Road in West Charlotte. Lee was no stranger to hard work. He started his very own business at the age of 9. It all started when Lee asked his father for a dirt bike. His dad said, "Lee, come go with me to the flea market." When they got there, Lee's father took him to the very back of the market where a guy was selling rebuilt push lawnmowers. Lee's father purchased him a lawnmower for $25 and made little Lee load the lawnmower in the back of the car. After returning home, Lee's father picked up the lawnmower and threw it on the ground and told Lee, "If you want a dirt bike, there it goes. Go get it. By the way, you owe me $25. Lee took that lawnmower and built a very profitable and successful grass-cutting business with his childhood friend, Roger Leake. They learned the meaning of hard work, customer satisfaction, taking pride in your work, budgeting, accounting, finance, and investing. With the money he earned, he was able to support himself throughout his childhood and high school until he graduated. Lee attended West Charlotte High School and was a member of the graduating class of 1988. He was part of the Army's Junior ROTC program, and on June 3rd, 1988, Lee marched across the stage right beside his high school sweetheart and future wife, Celestine Standback, as they both received their high school diplomas. Lee was scheduled to leave for the Army on that same day. However, he was granted the weekend to spend with his family. On June 6, 1988, Lee enlisted in the U.S. Army. He attended basic training at Fort Dix, located in New Jersey. Upon completion, he attended his job training as an aircraft electrician at Fort Eustis, Virginia. Lee's father constantly stayed on him about choosing a field in the military where he could make a good living once the military career was over. However, Lee felt his job was boring, and he wanted to do something more exciting. Once Lee graduated from the Army's Aviation Electrician School, he quickly volunteered to attend the Army's Elite Airborne School. Yes, Lee wanted to jump out of a perfectly good airplane for a living. In his mind, if he successfully completed the training, he would have pleased his father, having a skill to fall back on and have fun jumping out of airplanes. This was the best of both worlds. After finishing airborne school, Lee had orders to go to Germany for his first duty station. However, now that Lee had the airborne designation, the Army needed him elsewhere and sent Lee back to North Carolina, Fayetteville to be exact. He would soon be reassigned to the All-American Unit, the elite 82nd Airborne Division, home of the paratrooper. This was a proud moment in Lee's life. In August 1990, Lee was deployed to the Middle East to start the buildup of Desert Shield. Upon arrival, Lee's Army unit, 1st Squadron, 17th Cavalry, was sent to the front lines of the Saudi Arabia and Iraq border as a show of force to the Iraq military that the United States military was on the ground and ready for war. Little did he realize his life expectancy was about 2 seconds if the ground war had started and Iraq's military had invaded Saudi Arabia. This experience would change Lee's life forever. In that desert, Lee gave his life to God, and he knew that if God delivered him from this situation, he would live every day as if it was his last. He pledged to God that he would make a difference in this world, and he has made good on that promise. Lee fought in Desert Shield, Desert Storm, and returned home shortly after the ground war ended. Lee married his high school sweetheart, Celestine Standback, on July 15, 1989, in Chesterfield, South Carolina, and had been married for over 28 and a half years. His daughter, Candace Latina Ratliff, was born March of 1990 at Fort Bragg, North Carolina. Lee Ratliff III, Lee's only son, was due on the exact same day as his daughter 10 years later. However, because he was growing a pound a week and was already over 10 pounds, little Lee came into the world a few days early in March of 2000 at Presbyterian Hospital in Charlotte, North Carolina. When Lee left the military, he was hired by the Charlotte Police Department. During his time there, Lee attended night classes at Central Piedmont Community College and obtained an associate's degree in law enforcement technology. Still not satisfied and wanting more, he enrolled at Gardner-Webb University for his bachelor's degree. This time, Lee was attending school, working a full-time job with the police department as an investigator, taking care of a family, and coordinating security services for several Food Lion and Walmart stores with 20 off-duty police officers and special police officers under his span of control. No stranger to hard work, Lee graduated with a bachelor's degree in criminal justice. This was a very proud moment in his life. Lee's service as a police officer, detective, and spokesman for the Charlotte-Mecklenburg Police Department began in 1992. He loved working for the department and served proudly for many years, but he wasn't very fond of the politics of the environment and began to recognize that a lot of good people were being arrested for various reasons that looked like him. Seeing these things firsthand and at a young age, seeing his father unemployed, had a profound effect on Lee, causing him to look at people and circumstances differently. Lee began to change his mindset and wanted to do more than just arrest people, but find ways to help them. In 1999, Lee participated in the promotional process for the department. Lee had worked very hard in developing himself and preparing for the process. At the conclusion, Lee was very disappointed in the results and realized that even though he did everything right, the process was geared more towards the good old boy system and not based on hard work and merit. Lee was crushed. In fact, he went into his office and cried. During his time of sorrow, the Oprah Winfrey Show was on, and the guest was Robert Kiyosaki, the author of Rich Dad, Poor Dad. At that moment, Lee felt that God was talking to him because the show drove Lee to run out and purchase every book Kiyosaki wrote. In fact, Lee read each book cover to cover over the next 2 days. From that moment, Lee decided that he would never allow anyone to have that much control and power over the success of his life. Lee followed Kiyosaki's road to success, and within a few months, Lee found an attorney and key people to help him launch his company. In June 2000, Professional Security Services was born. Today, Professional Security Services is currently one of the largest minority-owned security firms in the Carolinas. PSS has helped many of their employees reach their goals of becoming police officers and some to start their own business. PSS has supported many children and seniors programs and has partnered with Carolina's healthcare system, Mecklenburg County, and the Charlotte Housing Authority, to name a few, to support efforts in giving back to the community. PSS has supported families touched by cancer, has helped many families transition from social programs to full-time jobs, and supported our veterans by creating employment opportunities within PSS. Professional Security Services is a proud minority, female, disabled veteran, and family-owned business proudly serving our community through hard work, dedication, and love.